recording it. And now I want to add it also to my notes, my Word file. So I'm going to go to the top of my Word file and paste in Control V my video file name that contains today's date, 250, 325, and the time of the day, 111, 205.mpeg. I want to save this new file. Yes, in the text version. And then I want to select the generate command to generate the podcast. And after I generate the podcast, I want to play it back, listen to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to minimize all this recording that I'm doing so I can click on the generate command and show how it is generated. But before I forget that, I want to add to this also Psar, problem step recorder. So I'm going to run also Psar, turn it on. Check the settings to make sure it is set up to 999 screens. So I'm going to raise the number of recent screen capture to store to 999. So I get all the screen images, including in the SAR file. Then I want to click OK and start recording. Now that I start recording it, I want to generate the podcast. So I'm going to click the podcast, the generate icon on the customize audio overview. Click the generate and wait for it to generate. Jump to bottom. So now it is generating, and it is telling you generating conversation based on 6 sources. And I want to save the file name again. Get rid of this University of Miami message. Read later. And focus in on this generation of this podcast. And then I'll play it back and I will comment. I will join the discussion to illustrate various topics as I am recording it. Right now it says generating conversation based on 6 sources. This may take a few minutes, and it's already finished generating it. At this point, I want to scroll up, and I want to use the interactive mode, which is in beta still. I'm going to drag my step recorder recording now message to another place so it doesn't cover my screen, as I want to play it back in the interactive mode where I can chime in and illustrate various topics. So I'm going to click on the interactive mode. Well, first of all, let's try without the interactive mode. I just will try playback and see if it works. And then when it works, then I will go to the interactive mode. This way I can test both of them. So I press the play.
All right, so today we're going to look at something that I bet you've run into before, but maybe haven't really thought too much about, and that's vanity phone numbers. You know, those numbers that spell out numbers? Absolutely. You see them all the time.
Let's start the interactive and allow while visiting. Now let's see if it doesn't crash right away. Then there is some button on the bottom that lets you join the discussion, but usually it is not so stable and it may crash anytime. So there should be a play button or something like that, and that I don't see the join button here. So that didn't work too well. See if I can make it full screen or something like that. Then maybe it will be better, yes. So let's try it again and see what happens. I want to click on this interactive mode. Jump to the bottom. I don't know what that does. That doesn't seem to be working at all. Share audio, public access, copy shared link, and preview. Copy shared link has been copied. It doesn't seem like it is download audio overview. Download audio overview, okay. Building resilient communities, okay. And then playback. It doesn't seem like it gives me a chance to explain it, so that will be maybe later on. Start typing, add notes, audio overview. Look at the audio overview. What is that? And now we can build sustainable. What are the dots there? Change playback speed, download. So download this too. Okay, and then play it back again and see if that works. Beta doesn't seem to be working regardless of what I do, which is a feature that I really like. What else do we have in here? I can also paste the URL into my Word document. Let's see if that works. So this is the audio podcast. And save. Yes. Finally, that didn't work. Why does it not work? I don't know what it doesn't. So let's just play it back.
And we've got some really interesting examples here that Professor Avi Rushnek has pulled together. And the thing that's really fascinating about these examples is that they go beyond just being catchy. Yeah. You know, they can actually give us a little peek into the strategy behind the business, even hint at where they might be going in the future. You know, things like artificial intelligence and all these interconnected services. Yeah.
Numbers can kind of suggest reliability in this idea of comprehensive offerings.
Okay, so let's jump into some specifics here. Sure. The first one that really stood out to me is 800 ChatGPT, which, if you punch it into your phone, translates to 800 2428. Now, for you, I mean, the connection to AI, that's immediate, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What does a phone number like that tell us about a business and where their focus is?
And so this could signal a really fundamental shift in how this business operates. Where AI isn't just a sales tool, but it's actually the primary point of contact. Maybe it's answering questions, maybe it's giving you information, maybe it's even delivering its more services. It's a really bold statement about embracing AI as the central part.
businesses are doing today,
No
but
problem.
about their vision for the future, particularly how they see AI fitting in and how they're creating these interconnected, reliable service models.
Exactly. And I think in today's world,
Yeah,
where we're just bombarded with information all the time,
right.
a memorable and relevant phone number
Yeah.
can be this surprisingly effective tool for cutting through the noise and making a lasting impression. These examples show us that vanity numbers can be a lot more than just a marketing gimmick.
Right.
They can be these strategic assets
Yeah.
that communicate core values and technological direction in a concise and memorable way.
Okay, so to recap, we've taken a deep dive today into these specific and I think really intriguing examples of vanity phone numbers
Yep.
that Professor Avi Rishnek brought to GPT directly links to this whole world of AI interaction that's expanding so rapidly.
Right.
How Wismore.biz so cleverly brings together the concept of an AI wizard and the promise of better business.
Yep.
And then how the paired numbers of Monwell and Monwego suggest this deliberate strategy of mirrored services
Right.
to ensure that extra level of
A business's central themes.
right.
And even give us valuable insights and reliable service delivery.
In an era where we're constantly being hit
Point for you to consider. As AI becomes more, how might these creative phonetic branding strategies continue to
ingenuity, technological advancement, and the power of new language?
Now, this is the last one. Includes in the file name, make it bold, italic, and underline. Include in the file name also the video file name that I created. And then I want to save it over again to make sure that it is saved also as a text file. Point pretty much done. Since I have it in memory, I would like to stop the PSR and save the PSR. I want to save the PSR. Control V, but I would like to save it inside the PSR subfolder. Maybe the Avi Russian subfolder. I'm debating. Save it in the Avi Russian subfolder. Save. So that way I have to change the PDF to zip, ZP, because it's no longer a PDF. Now I can click review additional details to see how many screenshots was that. 79 screenshots. Wow. That I copied it to RAM. Might as well save it here. So here I have the zip type of file and save it yet again. Except that the file name is wrong. I should have put in file, save as, browse, and change it from the previous file name. Give it an extension of A. That is in plain text. Okay. Not all there, but anyways. It's good enough for now. And then I want to stop the recording on MSN Recorder Max. For that, I want to stop the camera also here. That was 11 minutes. Stop here. Let's see if I can play it again now in the beta version. Maybe that will still work. Hmm. Have to have a playback button and it doesn't show up for some reason. Let's save to note. Press a playback, it doesn't show up. Well, you have to go to the bottom. Okay, go to the bottom here too. Doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't work. Okay, alright, so then that's it for now. We're going to save everything and then go to MSN Recorder Max and copy it.